Here's a video presentation from the National Weather Service in San Diego. This is meteorologist Alex Tardy. This presentation is about 6 minutes long. It'll cover the water supply across California, the recent rainfall, the lack of precipitation overall since this winter, and the above normal temperatures. Hope you enjoy the video presentation. Let's take a look at the water supply right off the bat for California. Much of our water does come from Northern California. You can see at our main reservoirs in Northern California, the percent of normal for this date is quite a bit below now the historical average. For example, Shasta Reservoir at 53% compared to a 73% for the historical average at this date. For Southern California, one of our main reservoirs, the Diamond Valley Storage, is currently at about 80% full. When you look back to about this time last year, this is quite a bit lower as shown in the red circle. For San Diego County water supply, with the many smaller reservoirs, it varies greatly. Some of the key reservoirs still have considerable water supply, while others are less than 40% as shown here. Well, we did get some precipitation in the month of July. The percent of normal from the rainfall, the scattered showers, and the several periods of thunderstorms did produce quite a bit above normal precipitation all the way across the Coachella Valley up into Big Bear and then wrapping itself down into the deserts of San Diego County. Elsewhere, it was kind of spotty, but there was some rainfall in the Inland Empire and Orange County. Here's a look at the general storm totals for the rainy period that we had July 20th through 27th. As you can see, many areas in the green had a little over an inch of rainfall, and some locations there was several inches of rainfall, adding up to around 3 inches in the wettest spots. Here's a look at what a few of the stronger thunderstorms did in our desert slopes. Here's a photo of flash flooding, deadly flash flooding, that occurred across Highway 78 in San Diego County. A look at some of the specific numbers from our rain gauges across the region here. Here's the San Bernardino Mountains and the Riverside County Mountains. And remember the large wildfire, the mountain fire, where there were debris flows, that area generally received 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, mostly in a 48-hour period. How about further south, the Riverside County and northern San Diego County mountains into the Anza Borrego State Park? Several locations measured rainfall of 1 to 2 inches. We even had a weather spotter that reported close to 3.5 inches of rainfall near Warner Springs and west of Borrego Springs. Further south in San Diego County, also an area dealing with a recent large wildfire, the Chariot Fire. We saw debris flow in that region and many locations around 1 to 2 inches of rainfall all the way down to the I-8 corridor. How are the temperatures so far? For the month of July, on the left-hand side, you can see a little bit above normal, just a couple degrees, but still above normal, and closer to 3 degrees above normal in the inland deserts. How about when you look at May through July? So far this spring and early summer, well, considerably above normal across almost all of the west, shaded in the orange and the red. That's several degrees above normal for that 3-month period. This is having an impact, along with the dry winter that we had, on the fuel moisture. The live fuel moisture in the upper chart shows in red very dry conditions at the current state, and even drier than we saw last year and drier than normal. And the dead fuels, the fuels that are laying across the ground and not alive, you can see that those fuels have responded a little bit with the recent rainfall in the mountain areas, as shown here in the shaded blue area, but generally running around just above the historical average, which is the light shading. The very driest conditions we've seen is the red. This is all the way through August 1st. What's the drought conditions? Well, the drought monitor here shows that most of California, because of what we've looked at already, the lack of precipitation so far, and of course the dry back-to-back winters, which results in our low water supply, most regions are in a severe drought, the D2 conditions as shown here. What's the outlook? Well, for the fall, September through November, what we are looking at is expected to be above normal conditions in areas that are commonly hot, similar to what we've seen this spring. So continuing conditions, this likely means at least one more really good heat wave for our region and likely a couple heat waves for the desert areas. The precipitation outlook for this coming winter, not much indication at this point. We'll have an update further along here with ENSO, but currently with neutral conditions over the Pacific Ocean, there's not much signal to provide a forecast for the upcoming winter season. We hope you found this presentation useful and helpful for your planning needs and information sharing. Here are some links that you can use, especially the ones on top, for monitoring real-time weather forecasts and monitoring real-time weather in the middle of the screen. Thanks for joining this video presentation.